Hello students, in previous lecture we have seen dihedral group with 4 vertices. So this is the composition table under multiplication operation. So to find out subgroup of D4, so let's see subgroup. So D4 has total L elements, so which are identity S, S square, S cube T, S T, S square T, S cube T, such that S raised to 4 equal to identity, T square equal to identity, and S cube T is equal to TS. So to find subgroup, so to find subgroups, so let's start from identity. Now if subgroup generated by identity, then generated identity is generator, then we will get only identity is the element. Now next, so generated by yes, so element is generated by S, so here or subgroup generated by S, then generator S is equal to, so here S, next S square, S cube, and S raised to 4 is identity. So generator S has 4 element, which is identity S, S square, S cube. Now next we will generate by S square. So what will we get? So here what we have, S square and S square. S square into S square is identity. So order of S square, order of S square is 2, because S square is identity. So order of S square is nothing but 2, right? So it has only 2 element. So next is generator S square. If I take S square is the generator, then so element will be, so S square. Next if I taking power, so S square raised to 1 power is nothing but S square. S square second power is nothing but S raised to 4, and S raised to 4 is the identities, right? So we get generator S square has 2 elements, which is identity and S square. Next element is T. So if I take generator T, so T is the generator, then we will get, so T raised to 1 power, T raised to 1 power means which is T, and next T square, and T square is identity. So again we get here order of T is again 2, because here T square is identity, right? So here we have T and here is T, so T into T identity means T is an inverse of element T. So next element ST, so generator ST. So here we have here ST and here ST. So ST into ST is identity, means what we say that order of ST is again 2, so it has again 2 element. So here ST and ST square, so ST into ST, which is ST square, which is identity. We have seen here ST into ST identity. So after repetition we will get identity ST means only we get 2 elements, right? So next we will generate by S square T. So generator S square T. So it has, so S square T again has order 2, means what, it has only 2 elements, identity S square T. Next last element S cube T. So generator S cube T, which is equal to, so S cube T and S cube T is equal to identity, means what, so order of S cube T is again 2, so it has only 2 elements, so identity and S cube T, right? So here these are 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7 subgroups. Now let's see other subgroup. So here H1 is identity, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6 and H7. Total 7 subgroups. Now to find other subgroups. So here these are all cyclic subgroups. Are cyclic subgroups. Cyclic subgroups of D4. Now to find out other subgroups. So let's to find other subgroups. So here we have we seen that this is a composition table. And so let's suppose I will take a subgroup which is identity S square T and S square T. So if I take identity S square T, then identity S square T and S square T. So if I take, so this is the subgroup. So I take two elements S square T, then their composition S square T, which is again in that set. So take any two elements in that set, then their product is also belongs to that set. So identity S square T and S square T is a subgroup of D4. So let's check composition table of this. So identity S square T S square T, and here identity S square T S square T. So composition table is identity, so S square T, S square, next T, identity S square T is S square T, next multiply by S square. So S square into identity S square, next S raised to 4, S raised to 4 is identity S square into T S square T, next S square into S square T. So S square into S square T, which is S raised to 4 T. So S raised to 4 identity we get only T, right? So after multiplying by T, so T into S square. So what will we get? T into S square. So which can be written as Ts into S. So Ts has value S cube T into S. So which is S cube. Ts has value again S cube T, right? So S raised to 6 means S square T. So which is S square T. Now next multiplication T into T square, which is identity. Now T into S square T. T into S square T. So Ts has value S cube T into S T. So again this Ts has value S cube into, so this Ts has value S cube T into here this T. Yes, this is S raised to 6 means S square, and T square is identity. So which is again S square. Now S square T into identity. So identity. So S square T into S square. So S square T into S square, which is nothing but S square. So Ts has value S cube T into S as it is. So this Ts, so this is remaining S. Ts has value S cube T. So this is S raised to 4 identity, we get only T. So next S square T into T square identity, we get S square, and last S square T into S square T. So we have S square T into S square 2, which is identity. Sorry, here S square T into identity is S square T. So look at this composition table. So every entries in that dotted table, so every entry in that dotted table is from that subgroup. So I will write it as, so this is H1 H2 H3 H4 H5 H6 H7. So this is H8, right? So this is H8. So look at this composition table. So every dotted entries are from H8. So every dotted entries in the table are from H8. Look at the picture. So every entries are in the elements of H8, right? So first property, so H8 is closed under multiplication, right? Next, associative property always hold, right? Now existence of identity. So E is an identity element, and so each element has inverse. So here, and every element has inverse. Every element has inverse, because so E has inverse E. Suppose here I will write element and we get here inverse. So here identity has inverse identity because E into E is equal to identity. So we have the definition A into B is equal to identity. Then we see that B is an inverse element of A, right? So means product of any two elements is identity. Then we say that B is an inverse element of A or A is an inverse element of B, right? Here this E into E is equal to identity means inverse element of identity is identity. Next, so here identity element, so S square into S square is identity means what? Element is, if I take element S square, then whose inverse is again S square. Now if I take T, then whose inverse is again T because his there is identity. So T into T is identity means inverse of T is T. Now next, T S square T into S square T is identity means, suppose if I have element S square T and then whose inverse is S square T. So all properties of subgroup satisfied means what? HT is subgroup. Now next subgroup is, so I will find out. Next I will write H9. So here I will take identity. Next here I have taken identity S square T and S square T, right? So I will take identity S square, next T, and or if I have taken if I take T, so this is not form group, so I will take ST. Then so product of these two is nothing but S cube T. So here we have seen that order of here order of S square is 2, order of T is 2, and order of S square is S square T is again 2. So this group is isomorphic to Klein 4 group because Klein 4 group has same properties which is same as H8, because in Klein 4 group, so we have Klein 4 group which is identity A, B and C, such that order of A, B and C which is 2, and product of any two element is the third element. Here product of these two which is nothing but third element. So product of T into S square T which is S square, we have product of T into S square. So T into S square T which is nothing but S square means which is third element, right? So this is this H8 and Klein 4 group are isomorphic. Next, so identity S square ST and S cube T which is again subgroup. So which let us check this is subgroup by find out the composition table. So identity S square ST S cube T, here composition table under multiplication, identity S square here ST and S cube T. So identity S square ST S cube T S square S raised to 4 means identity. So S square into ST which is third element S cube T, S square into S cube T which is ST. Now ST into identity ST into S square. So the product of these two terms which is nothing but third element S cube T. Now ST into ST, we have ST into ST which is identity, and last ST into S cube T. So ST into S cube T which is third element S square. So here identity. Now S cube T into identity S cube T into S square S cube T into S square which is third element ST, or solve this S cube T into ST. So S cube T into ST which is S square, and next X cube T into S cube T we have which is identity. So again every entries in the dotted table is again from H9, and every element has is an identity element of every element. Next, every element has inverse means here S square into S square is identity, means what? Inverse of S square is S square, inverse of ST is ST, and inverse of S cube T is again S cube T. All properties of subgroup satisfied, means what? We have here H8 and H9 are subgroups. These are other subgroup, and this is not cyclic. H8 and H9 are not cyclic, but here identity yes. So this is a generated identity element. So generator S, generator S square, generator T, generator ST, generator S square T, and generator S cube T. These all are cyclic subgroup. Now let us find out subgroup diagram. So from composition table, what we say? So from composition table, H9 is subgroup of D4. So total there are how many subgroups? So identity, this is first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, nine, and D4 is itself, and D4 is itself, D4 itself is subgroup of D4. Therefore total there are 10 subgroups. So let us find out subgroup diagram. So these are H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6 and H7. These are all 7 cyclic subgroups, and H8 and H9 are not cyclic because there is no generator which generates whole group. So this H8 and H9 are abelian groups, which are both are isomorphic to Klein 4 group, right? So let us find out subgroup diagram. So next and last, so H10, which is D4. So D4 is nothing but we have seen in previous part that D4 has element total 8, right? So here let us find out subgroup diagram. So identity is an smallest subgroup of which is subset of smallest. So which is generator S square, generator T, generator ST, and generator S square T, and generator S cube T, because these H3, H4, H5, H6 and S7 has two elements. So I will write here generator identity is an bottom, so which is subset of generator S square, which is again subset of ST S square R. So here I will write whole elements, so which is subset, this is singleton identity. Now next here I will write 0 S square, next 0 here identity, next identity ST. Now next is identity S square T, identity T. So I will write identity S square T. Now again identity S cube, uh, identity S cube, or I will write here identity S square T, and here I will write S cube T, and last which is identity ST, identity T, sorry not ST, which is T. So this is subset of all this. Now next, so here, so we have seen identity S square, this is identity ST, identity S square T, identity S cube T. Now remaining, so this is again we have done. So remaining H2, H8 and H9. So here T S square T. So here T S square T. So I will write here identity S square T S T. So here identity is subset of this. Next identity S square T. So here I will, sorry, here product of these two is S square T. So this is again subset of this identity S square, which is again subset of this. Identity ST is not subset of this, and identity S cube T, which is not again subset of this. So this is again done. Now next is identity S square and ST S cube T. So here I will write identity S square ST and S cube T. So this is again identity S square is again subset of this, identity ST is again subset of this, and identity S cube T, which is again subset of this. And next is, so this is done. Next is identity S square and S cube. So next is identity S square S cube. So here identity not, so only this is subset of this, identity S square is again subset of this, and these all three are subsets of D4 because D4 has elements identity S square S cube T S square T and S cube T, right? So all these are subsets of D4, right? So this is the subgroup diagram of D4. So in that H1 H2 H3 H4 H5 H6 and H7 are all cyclic, and H8 and H9 are not cyclic, which is abelian. So this is the subgroup diagram of dihedral group with 4 symbol. So next part we will see definition of orbits. So orbits. So let's see. Let sigma be permutation. Permutation means what? A function sigma from a to a is said to be permutation if it is both on 1 and on 2. Permutation of set A for A B belongs to set A, and let A is equivalent to B if and only if B is equal to sigma n of A. So B is an sigma raised to n of A, where n belongs to set of integer. For some n belongs to set of integer, then tilde defines an equivalence relation on A. Defines an equivalence relation on A. So we know that what is meant by equivalence relation, and relation tilde is said to be equivalence relation if it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Reflexive means what? If in set A I have only one element, then x is equivalent to x, then we say that tilde is an equivalence relation. If I have two elements, then if for x y belongs to set A, then if x is equivalent to y, then y must be equivalent to x, then we say that tilde is symmetric. And for transitive relation, if we have three elements, then so x y z belongs to set A, and if we have two conditions, x equivalent to y and y equivalent to z, then x must be equivalent to z. If all these three conditions satisfy, then we say that tilde is an equivalence relation. So here what we have what is defined here? So A equivalent to B is if and only if B is nothing but tilde raised to n for n belongs to set of integers. So let us show that tilde defines equivalence relation. So proof of that. So what we have given here, AB belongs to A and A equal to B is equal to sigma raised to n A. So let AB belongs to A and A is equivalent to B if and only if B is equal to sigma n of A for some n belongs to set of integers. So first is a reflexive relation. So What is reflexive relation? So clearly here, if I take only one element, so for A belongs to A, and we know that clearly. So here I will replace B by A, then what will we get? So A belongs to A, then clearly A is equivalent to A, since if I take A is equal to I of A, means which is identity function. A is equal to I of A means if I take image A, then we get A, means I of A is A, so which is identity function, so which is same as sigma raised to 0 of A, right? So here we get A is equivalent to A, means the relation is reflexive, therefore tilde is reflexive. So here 0 belongs to set of integer. Now next, second condition, symmetric. So symmetric relation. So for symmetric relation, we want, if we have A equivalent to B, then show that B equivalent to A. So if A equivalent to B, then A equivalent to B means what? So B is nothing but sigma n of A. For some n belongs to set of integers, but after uh, here B is equal to sigma raised to n of A, then by using inverse power of sigma raised to n, then what will we get? But then, so I will apply both sides by sigma raised to minus n. So sigma raised to minus n of B is equal to sigma raised to n into sigma raised to minus n will get cancelled. So we get A. So this is taking inverse power of sigma raised to minus n. So we'll get sigma raised to n minus B, which is equal to sigma A. So here, that is, it can be written as A is equal to sigma raised to minus n of B. Here B is equal to sigma raised to n of A means what? A is equivalent to B, and here A is equal to sigma raised to minus n of B. Here minus n, for some n, minus n belongs to set of integers. So what we say here? So here A equivalent to B means what? Here B is equal to sigma raised to n. So here is B, and here B is equal to sigma raised to n, sigma raised to n of A, and here is A, means so B is equivalent to A, therefore tilde is symmetric. And third, transitive relation. So for transitive, we have, suppose we have A equivalent to B and B equivalent to C, then what we have? A equivalent to B means what? Sigma raised to n of A. So B is equal to sigma raised to n of A, and B equivalent to C means what? C is equal to sigma raised to n. So I will take m of sigma raised to n of m of B. Then for some, here n and m belongs to set of integer. N, m belongs to set of integers, right? So here we have here C is equal to sigma raised to m of B, and this B has value B is equal to sigma raised to n of A. So substituting both value, so we get, substituting B, value of B, then what will we get? C is equal to sigma raised to m of B, and this B has value sigma raised to n of A, so which is equal to sigma raised to m of A. So sigma raised to m, and this is sigma raised to n, so we will get power of indices, which is sigma raised to m plus n of A. So means what? That is C is equal to sigma raised to m plus n of A, for m plus n belongs to set of integers, right? So what we get here? So here what we have, a equivalent to b means what? B is equal to sigma raised to n of a. So here c is equal to b raised to m plus n of a, means what we say, a is equivalent to c, right? Therefore tilde is transitive. So tilde is transitive. So tilde reflexive, symmetric and transitive, means what we say that, therefore tilde is equivalence relation. Tilde is equivalence relation. Here is the proof. Now let's see the definition of orbits. So definition of orbits. So definition: let sigma be a permutation. Sigma be permutation. So permutation means function f from or sigma from a to a, which is both 1 1 and on 2. So permutation of a set a. Thus the equivalence classes in a, the equivalence classes in a, classes in a determined by, equivalence classes in a determined by relation, by the relation determined by the equivalence relation for a b belongs to a. Let a equivalence to b if and only if b is equal to sigma n of a for some n belongs to set of integer. Are the orbits of sigma, are the orbits of sigma. So sigma be permutation of set A. So the equivalence classes in A determined by the equivalence relation for a b belongs to a, which let a equivalence to b if and only b is equal to sigma raised to n of a for some n belongs to set of integer, are the orbits of sigma. So for example, the orbits of the identity permutation identity permutation on A are the singleton subsets, of A. Because orbits of identity, because identity element is like this suppose A is equal to 1 2 3 4 5. If we have 5 symbol, then 1 goes to 1, 2 goes to 2, 3 goes to 3, 4 goes to 4, 5 goes to 5. Let's start from 1. So 1 goes to 1, so we have only single element. 2 goes to 2, so we have only single element 2. Here 3 goes to 3, again we have 3, singleton 3, means like this. So orbit of the identity permutation on A are the singleton subsets of set A, right? Since the identity permutation leaves each element of A fixed, since the identity permutation leaves the fixed leaves element each element of A fixed. So this is the orbits of identity elements, which is singleton elements, which is subset of A. So let's see another example. So I will take, find the orbits of the permutation sigma given by total 8 symbol 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. So here 1 goes to 3, 2 goes to 8, 3 goes to 6, 4 goes to 7, 5 goes to 4, 6 goes to 1, 7 goes to 5 and 8 goes to 2. In, so total 8 symbols, so which in S8. So let us find out orbits of the permutation sigma. So here first we will start from 1. So applying sigma for n times. So here total there are total 8 elements in S8. So let's us find out the permutation. So here to find orbit first starting from 1. So first to find orbit containing, first start from 1, so containing 1. So we apply sigma repeatedly. Then what will we get? So applying sigma. So here 1 goes to what? 3. So 1 goes to 3 again. So here apply sigma. So again 1 goes to 3, and again 3 goes to 6. So 3 goes to 6. Again apply sigma. So 6 goes to again 1. So again apply sigma. So sigma 6 goes to 1. So again 1 goes to 3. So 1 goes to 3. So again apply sigma. So again 3 goes to 6. 3 goes to 6. Again apply sigma. Again 6 goes to what? 1. Apply sigma, and so on. So like this. So after applying sigma, here 1 1 3 6 1 3 6 means elements will be repeated after 6, means that orbit contains 1 3 and 6 are only 3 elements, means find the orbit containing 1 will be 1 3 and 6 element in the first orbit which containing 1. So orbit containing 1 is 1 3 6. So which is again same as orbit containing 3, also same element 1 3 6. Also orbit containing 6, also same element 1 3 6. So here orbit containing 1 is 1 3 6, orbit containing 3 is again 1 3 6, and orbit containing 6 again 1 3 6. Because if I take orbit containing 3, then what will you get? So we will start from 3. So 3 goes to 6, 6 goes to again 1, and 1 goes to, so 1 goes to again 3, 3 goes to again 6, 6 goes to again 1. Here 3 6 1. Next 3 6 1. So 3 6 1 3 6 1 will be repeated, right? So here means what we say, orbit containing 3 is again same element 1 3 6, and orbit containing 6 is again same element 1 3 6, right? So next here 1 3 6. Now we will see other elements. So here 1 3 6. So remaining elements are 2 4 5, right? So next orbit containing 2. So what will we get? So now we choose an integer. We choose an integer from 1 to 8. 1 to 8, not in, we choose an integer 1 to 8, not in 1 3 6. So next, so I have orbit containing 1 which is 1 3 8. Now I will choose 1 to 8 which is not in 1 3 6. So remaining elements are 2 4 5 7 and 8, right? So now for orbit containing 2, now for orbit containing 2, so orbit containing 2 is, so I will start from 2. So 2 goes to 8 and 8 goes to 2. So here elements are repeated, right? So 2 goes to 8, 8 goes to 2, means only 2 elements, 2 8, right? Now next, finally here we have 1 2 3 6 8. So next remaining elements, finally we find the orbit containing, next element is 4, because 1 2 3 and next limit is 4. 4 is not there in 2 orbits. So finally we find that orbit containing 4 is orbit containing 4 is so orbit containing 4, so we will start from 4. So 4 goes to 7, 7 goes to 5, 5 goes to 4, so 4 is there again, means element will be repeated like this. So only we have 3 element 4 7 5. So here we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, all elements are there in orbits, right? So we get the complete orbit. So here, since these three orbit contains all integers from 1 to 8, since these three orbits or these three orbits contains all integers, contains all integers from 1 to 8, from 1 to 8, right? Therefore complete list of orbits, therefore complete list of orbit sigma is, so sigma has how many orbits? 3 orbits. So which are first 1 3 6, next 2 8, next 4 7 4 7 5. These are 3 orbits. So this is the orbit which is contained by 1 3 6, means orbit contained by 1 is 1 3 6, orbit contained by 3 is 1 3 6, orbit contained by 6 is 1 3 6. Next orbit contained by 2 is 2 8, and again orbit contained by 8 is again 2 8. Next orbit contained by 4 is 4 7 5. Next orbit contained by 7 is again 4 7 5, and orbit contained by 5 is again same as 4 7 5. These are 3 orbits of given permutation sigma, right? This is the next example again to find out orbits of sigma and tau. So let's take solution. So orbits of sigma, first to find orbits containing 1, so we apply sigma repeatedly. So containing 1, we apply sigma repeatedly. So we get what will we get? So 1 goes to 5, 1 goes to 5, 5 goes to 2, 2 goes to again 1, 1 goes to 5. So here I have applied sigma each time, so and so on, means so different element will give so 1 5 and 2. So orbit containing 1 will be 1 5 2. So therefore, so orbit containing 1 is 1 5 2 or 1 2 5. It can be written as 1 5 2, or it can be written as 1 2 5, because elements this order is not important here. So the total elements are 1 2 5, or it can be written as 1 5 2. So this is the orbit. Now here orbit containing 1 is 1 5 2. Now next is next element, we have total 6 elements, so 1 2 5. So next we will take 3. So similarly 3 goes to 3, so it has only singleton element. And next 4, so 4 goes to what? 4 goes to here, 4 goes to 6, and 6 goes to 4, means again the element will be repeated. So the so orbit will have only 4 and 6, 2 elements. So we see that other orbits are so this 3 goes to 3 means what? Singleton 3, and 4 goes to 6, 6 goes to 4, means here repetition started. So only different elements are 4 and 6, which will be 2. So which is 4 and 6. Therefore total orbits of sigma are, which is 1 5 2. next singleton 3 and singleton, sorry, not singleton 4 and 6, these are orbits. So 2 can be solved similar manner. So next lecture we will find out cycles, or we will see definition of cycle. Thank you.